See, for too long, the ungodly have picked on the church. Come on, yeah, the hell they picked at the church. And because the church wanted to so be friendly with the ungodly, they took their jokes. Come on, didn't stand up to them. I know I'm talking right. I better hear up and get off there. Didn't stand up. Preachers didn't stand up to Beyonce when she called a song church girl that did not represent what a church girl really is. Now, I don't know where she go to church, but we don't have those types of church girls. We don't have women striving to be whores. We don't have such here. Are women perfect? No. But they sure ain't thoughts. And you can't insult the church without the church coming back. Because I'm not trying to be your friend. Come on, I got to teach it right. I ain't trying to be nobody's friend. But what I'm striving to do is preach the word without compromise. Listen to me. I won't compromise for you. I won't compromise for your family. I won't compromise for my children. I won't compromise for my wife. No matter how hot the word gets, Donna can never tell me to back off of certain things. She wouldn't even dare try. Because she know I'm not going to compromise. But we want the blessing, but we don't necessarily want to get in position to receive it. And so we love dancing and shouting about things, but we don't want to get in position to receive it. See, God told you prophetically what he's doing. Now he's positioning you to get it. Look at somebody and say, don't miss it, get it. Look at one more person and say, don't miss it, get it. Because see, right now the problem with a lot of us is that you're out of position. Number two, people compromise. And to me, this is the most dangerous compromise that we'll see in the church. Because most of us are striving to please God, and we are not going to compromise to please ungodly people. That's what most of us say. It ain't happening with some of us. Folk can talk about us all they want. They don't have to invite us to stuff. We don't care. We ain't compromise. Woo-wee. Am I right about it? But the second way in which folk compromise is the most dangerous in the church. Because people compromise not to please ungodly people, but you can compromise to please yourself. And that's where some of us are compromising. You're not doing it the way God wanted it done. You're doing what you want to do. And you're taking down from what God told you to be, from what he told you to do, in order to please yourself. Therefore, right now, they're going to shout about the bigger and the better, and they're not even doing what God told them to do. And the reason they're not doing it, preach, pastor, because they don't want to do it. Let that marinate. Let that sink in. You're not doing it because you don't want to do it. Are you capable? Yes. Have you been appointed? Yes. But are you doing it? No. You're compromising to please yourself. And let me tell you something. And when this war gets to going on in your mind, you convince yourself that it's okay not to do what God told you to do. You're compromising. Ooh, see that word hit somebody. They didn't see that. You're compromising in the most dangerous way. Because the person who has become the problem is you. And you're good at checking other people. But you're not good, I'm going to teach it anyway, at checking. How many people you live with that can be quick to tell you what you did wrong? I didn't ask you to raise your hand, but thank you. You ain't going to leave here saying I started nothing. See, we got to get in position. He already done released it. Don't worry about that. The Ephesians 3:20, the 10 times better has been released. Listen, now once God sent his word, it ain't going to return what? Void. So that 10 times better is here to stay. Okay, I want you to know that. You can frown throughout this entire message. Galatians. Yeah, I love it. I love the word. I love the word. I want an understanding. When demons come and try to tell me 10 times better ain't going to happen, I want an understanding. I want to understand this so I can put them in their place. Come on, I say I want to understand this so I can put them in their place. Galatians 1 and 10. Ooh, hang in here. Hang in here. It gets better. Galatians 1 and 10. Galatians in the New Testament. The book of Galatians 1 and 10. Notice what this word says now. This is Paul. Paul said, for do I now persuade men or God? Or do I seek to please men? For do I now persuade men or God? Or do I seek to please men? For if I still please men, I would not be a bondservant of God or Christ. What I want you to receive. Notice that Paul says, do I seek to please men? Notice what he's saying. Now he's changed. Y'all listening? But he knows what it's like to seek to please man. Come on. He know what it's like to be what we call a man pleaser. Come on. And don't you sit there and act like you don't know what it's like. Because many of us have been men pleasers. Watch this. Even to the demise of yourself. Many of us have tried to seek to please others. Even when pleasing others, teach it, pastor, was hurting you. Woo, you got a lot of folks, that's how they stay in their marriage. They got a spouse, don't treat them worth nothing. But all they do is seek to please that person. Even though seeking to please them is hurting you, you won't change. Come on, I'm talking to somebody right now. And that's when you keep being disappointed. Because you waiting on a fool to change. But if you would seek to please God, he will show you how to handle that ungodly man. And I guarantee you the instructions that he give you won't hurt you. It won't tear you down. I know I'm teaching right this morning. You got to be careful when you are all about pleasing a certain person. Because sometimes you can seek again to please people who really don't care anything about you. Be careful seeking to please a job. Now listen, I ain't telling you to be rebellious. Do your job, but don't be a man pleaser. Whoa, because they'll fire you. Just like they'll fire somebody else. And they won't keep the plant open just for you. And if you die tomorrow, they'll go on. I'm talking right up in here. What does it mean to seek? Come on, we need to understand this, to please men. That means when he uses the word seek, he's saying when you seek to please man, this is man apart from God, then pleasing man, watch this because it's so important, that becomes your goal. That becomes your aim. Well, I know I'm talking right. That's your target. And when it comes to some of us, you hit the bullseye. When it comes to pleasing everybody but God. You got to be careful who you aim to please. Because whenever you put pleasing people above pleasing God, the very folk you seek to please will turn on you. Listen, will be unable to help you in certain moments of crisis and difficulties. But see, again, he speaks past tense. He's no longer in that place. Notice what Paul said. Paul said, if I was still a man pleaser, I could not be a slave to God. Come on. Now see, he just told us why most people love Jesus as Savior, but hate him as Lord. Save me, Jesus, you have no problem with. It's Master Jesus. Because whenever Jesus is Master, at some point in your life, what he tells you to do will go against what man wants you to do. Just a good breakdown of the word. And that's reason for a lot of folk, again, they want him as Savior. That means when they get in trouble, they call on him. He rescues me. He helps me. He delivers me. He aids me. But a lot of time he's delivering, protecting, and aiding out of mercy. And when you really show him that he is not Master, there's coming a time when you going to need him and he going to still. Look at 1 Thessalonians. He's just getting us in position. Hold on. 1 Thessalonians. 1 Thessalonians 4:1 reads, finally then, brethren, saints, church, we urge and exhort in the Lord Jesus that you should abound more and more, just as you received from us how you ought to walk and to please God. If a person is going to please God, he or she must be taught. The carnal nature of man does not teach us how to please God. It teaches us how to please ourselves. Come on. That's where you never have to teach your child to go for what they want. Come on, that comes automatically. Am I right? What my parents and grandparents raised in young children. You don't have to teach them to be selfish. But you do have to teach them to be selfless. Am I right? You'll see traits in a child at an early age that exemplifies selfishness. Me. That's that carnal nature. But if a man or woman is going to please God, listen, he or she must be taught. Notice here that Paul reminds the church that we taught you how you ought to walk. Oh, come on, Pastor. We taught you how you should walk. Notice what Paul knew as a pastor, that you can teach people how they should walk, but you can't make them walk that walk. Come on, I said you can't make them walk that walk. You can't make them talk that talk and do that do. Did y'all get that? Can't make them walk the walk, can't make them talk the talk, can't make them do the do. But it is a pastor's job to teach people how to please God. And one of the best ways to learn how to please somebody, including God, is to start learning what displeases them. Back to my married folk. I don't know what to do to please them. What displeases them? What angers him? Don't do what angers him. I just been trying to please him. I done gave up trying to please him. Don't give up. Listen to it. What pleases God? Listen to him. Because when you listen to him, he gonna tell you in your everyday life things you do that displease him. But see, the problem with a lot of us, when God let us know, look, I don't like that. I don't like your attitude. It's stinking. See, a lot of us just go right on into that bad attitude. We just keep on going. He just told you that displeases him. You having favorites in the church. People you like and don't like. Folk you love and folk you don't. You holding on to petty things that you need to let go, but you won't let it go. See, you say that displeases me. Notice it again. 1 Thessalonians 4:1. Finally, my brethren, we urge you and exhort you in the Lord Jesus that you should abound more and more. You should grow, you should mature, just as you receive from us how you ought to walk and to please God. Pastor, what's something that I can do to strive to please God every day? Back to the main text. And as you turn into Daniel 1, just know it ain't hard to please him. Now, see, somebody, you need this message, so just listen. Because it's positioning you for the 10 times better. Daniel 1. We're talking about how did these boys, being young and in a foreign land, please God? How did they do it? How did they please God, having been taken captive by their enemies? Y'all better hear me. And in a strange land, they received better. I'm curious about that. I want to know more about this. They were taken somewhere where it should have been easy for them to take down, should have been easy for them to compromise. No parents around you telling you what to do and what not to do. Your teachers have been removed. Think about that. They're in a foreign land. No parents to tell them. No teachers to instruct them. Yet they did not compromise. What did that tell me? That tells me that when something gets embedded in my spirit and it becomes a part of my God consciousness, I don't need nobody to hold my hand and make me live right. Come on, church, I'm preaching hard. I don't need nobody watching me, policing me. Because there's something that's instilled in me that has become, listen, church, a part of me. has become who I am. Notice verse 8. Oh, Lord. Notice what he says. But Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself. Tell your neighbor, if you ain't going to compromise, if you're not going to take down in the church and outside of the church, tell that neighbor you must be purpose. You have to be fixed. But Daniel purposed in his heart. His mind was made up. We gonna please God. Now watch this. Again, mind you, in a foreign land. Look what happens next when Daniel and the Hebrew boys get purpose. Notice verse number 9. Now God had brought Daniel into favor and goodwill of the chief of the eunuchs. Now notice that. When Daniel got purpose, when he got fixed, that he wasn't going to compromise. Are y'all seeing this? Then God gave him favor with people who was above him. See, some of y'all don't even realize how God is already moving in your life because he's giving you favor with certain people. Favor you didn't buy. Come on, favor you didn't sleep to get. I know I'm right about this. I know I'm right about this. He gave him favor. Watch this. Be seated. With an ungodly person. This teaches me the sovereignty of God. How can God give Daniel and them favor with a man who don't pray to God? You know what God just told me? I can give you favor with whoever I like. You stop compromising. God will give you favor with a realtor. He'll give you favor with the people that own the house. So the selling price ain't dictated by the market. Teach it, pastor. It's going to be dictated by the favor that he put on you. He'll put that favor on you in a car lot. He'll put that favor on you. He'll give you favor with your doctor, and your doctor will tell you things he don't tell his other patients. I'm trying to get us in the position. He did it. Why would we ever take down to get favor from sinners and compromise when, if you please God, he'll give it to you without you compromising? He'll give it to you without you compromising. He'll give it to you without you compromising. The business will prosper without you compromising, without you doing what everybody else is doing. The tricks, the schemes, the shadiness that companies are doing right now to stay above. You ain't got to play them games. You ain't got to tell lies. God will make your company slip you a bonus and tell you, don't tell nobody this. We didn't do it for nobody else. And if they do that, keep your mouth shut. I'm closing. Only tell who God tells you to tell. Folk gonna burn the plant down. They find out you got a $25,000 bonus. For what? Because they like you. Come on, that's all favor means. Somebody like you. Walk in Saks and somebody like you. Up in the Gucci and somebody like you. Most of them ain't ready. I got to go. Most of them ain't ready. I got to go. They got afraid when I mentioned Gucci. They got scared. I mentioned LV and sisters started shaking instead of praising. I ain't gonna pay that much and that. Who said you gotta pay? I'm talking about favor. Somebody will take you there and pay for it. I gotta close. By the time we get to 12, 13 and 14, the chief of the eunuchs has examined the boys and said, y'all better and you're fatter than everyone else. Woo, look at here. See, look. Ooh, teach it, Pastor. Teach it. Don't nobody get mad. Teach it, but don't nobody get mad. Teach it, but don't nobody get mad. Teach it, but don't nobody get mad. Here's one time in the Bible being fat was good. What you trying to hide? The Hebrew boys were like, look at us. We overweight.
Thank you for watching the Making People Productive broadcast with Pastor Leonard D. Cochran of A Place of Refuge, Noonan. To order your copy of today's message, please call the church office at 770-252-3855 and reference the message number listed below. We want to hear from you. If you have been helped, strengthened, or encouraged by the word, let us know. Also, don't forget to connect with us on all of our major social media platforms to receive exclusive information and updates with all things Refuge Noonan. A Place of Refuge Noonan is located in the city of Noonan, Georgia. If you would like to visit us, our worship times are every Sunday at 10:15 a.m. on location and live at 10:45 a.m. We also have service every Wednesday at 7:15 p.m. via Facebook and YouTube Live.